Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of season 4 in the RTG. However, you may notice that on screen we're still in season 3. There's a very good reason for that. I'll bring the comment up on screen. It came from Luis. It says Ngoy's contract should end this season, unless he's renewed it at this point in the save, which he hasn't. If I terminate the loan after the playoffs, but before I start season 4, I should be able to sign him on a pre-contract and save the transfer fee from next season. Now, initially, I was in two minds as to whether to do this or not, because I wasn't sure if it was kind of bending the rules a little, but I thought about it from a Football Manager point of view, and I asked on Twitter and in my Twitch subscriber and Patreon Discord, and nobody had a problem with it on social media or in the Discord at all. And I thought about it from a Football Manager point of view. Stoke clearly don't want Ngoy. They've loaned him to me in League 2 and League 1 for 2 seasons in a row. His contract is expiring. They would have offered him a new deal if they wanted to keep him. I feel if it was Football Manager, the loan would expire, and if I headed into Season 4, and Ngoy would go into the free agents and would be released by Stoke. Because FIFA is FIFA, he wouldn't be released by Stoke. He would just automatically get another 1-year deal and it would roll over and over and over until someone signed him on a pre-contract. So, I'm okay with doing this. Everybody on Twitter has said that they're okay with doing it. Everybody in the Discord has said that they're okay with doing it. So, I am going to go ahead and, provided he'll sign the contract, get Ngoy on a free. If I terminate loan for £2,340, and then I search for him in the window here, or in the player search function. He is still listed at Stoke, but it shows him as his contract expiring in 1 month. So if I shortlist and transfer in the View Hub, shortlist and view in the Transfer Hub even, I can approach him on a free. And I feel that that is an acceptable thing to do. We're not bending the rules at all here. He would be released by Stoke in real life and in a proper football simulation. What I do need to do is change my manager's appearance. He's still wearing the suit. Need to put his other tops back on. But I think this is a totally agreeable thing to do. A player signing for us for free after spending 2 years here on loan that is clearly not wanted by his parent club, and the contract at that parent club was expiring anyway. So, and for £7,000 a week, I mean, I don't actually have a problem with any of that because we're going to have all of the money come across into our transfer budget next season. Plus, of course, the sale of Don Brown. So Julian Ngoy will join us for free at the beginning of season 4. That is going to happen. So we will have the money that's left available to sign Jack Rolls. Now, I'm going to have to scout him again because I don't know what his valuation is. But at the same time, I'm going to have some money free, hopefully, after the signing of Jack Rolls, to be able to hire better scouts. That was the most important thing that you guys were asking that I did in the comment section, was hiring a 5-star scout. So I am hopefully going to have the money to be able to do that. I think with the sale of Andy Dallas and taking across the £1 million we've currently got in our or remaining in our transfer budget, we will be able to do that and hire a 5-star scout. So you can see there that we have the new kits as well. I'll be able to show you. You can see the purple goalkeeper kit as well. I'll be able to show you once we get to season 4 what all of those kits look like. And we have moved to Carrow Road. Our home ground for this first season in the Championship is Carrow Road. We will be at Carrow Road for a season. Regardless of whether we get promoted or not, next season we will move into our new stadium, which I'll have to figure out which base default EA Sports stadium I want to move to, or you guys could give me suggestions as to which stadium you think I should move to, and then from there we can then move into our new stadium for the remainder of the save moving forward after this first season in the Championship. So I'm going to go and head into Season 4 now. The board are delighted with us. They've come to me and said, we could not be happier with your performance so far. Wonderful. I mean, my manager rating is 97 out of 99, so you could be two bits slightly happier with me, but I think the board are thrilled with us. So I'm going to head into Season 4 now. I'm going to get all set up, and then I'll come back to you with, hopefully, Julian and Goy having joined me. And fingers crossed, maybe a couple of free agents that might be worth having a look at. If not, we'll see what money we've got and take it from there. So here we are then, in Season 4 as a championship team. The starting lineup currently looks like this. Adebayo and Ngoy at striker. Conceição still at cam. Campos on the right. Robinson on the left. Cano at CDM with Fitzwater at centre-back. The rest of the team is as it was. You can see from the bench, we've options that we can use at centre-back as well as at left-back. Wilson can play at centre-back too. Wilden is there. Also, what I might do actually is take Griffiths out and put right in, so we have a centre-back on the bench, like an actual centre-back on the bench, and then use Wilden as a wide player. Then I've got Nibs and Abadia, Clark and James Wilden. Maris, Wilden can play at centre mid as well, to be fair. And then the rest of the squad looks like that. Actually, I should do that the other way around. So I clearly don't need any defensive players. I have 5 centre-backs, a number of wing-backs. I don't need any defenders. What I do need is a centre mid, really, because Cano, I want to play at centre-back. Actually, I've got 6 centre-backs. So, Cano, I want to play at centre-back. And that's where Jack Rolls comes in. We may need to look for another centre mid, but there are some, and I definitely want a winger or 2 as well. Although we have Ethan Clark as well as Robinson. Campos, Robinson, Clark, and that's kind of it out wide. Although Evans can play out wide, he's probably better suited to playing out wide. So maybe we look for a loanee. Oh, I'm not sure at the minute. So we have £24 million available to us, which is easily the biggest transfer budget we've had so far in this save, purely because of the sale of Don Brown. I will add him to my transfer hub so we can keep an eye on him and see how he grows. And obviously we will, or at least the plan is, to, at some point in this save, bring him back. He's now valued at £28,000 a week. And he's on now valued at £28 million, and he's on £45,000 a week. So it's a while before we're going to be able to afford him. But I have some free agents on the shortlist. We have Macon Cadet Tejera, who is 3-star, looks great physically, is 5'11", and looks like he could be okay technically. So we could maybe have a young centre mid there with, of course, the addition, hopefully, of Jack Rolls too. I'm still waiting for my scout report to come back on him so I know exactly what his stats look like at this stage. With regards wide players, there's Pablo Salinas, who's 1-star skills, annoyingly. We would up that to 3 with the live editor. 5-star weak foot, high-low work rates. Physically looks decent, although he's 21, so he's slightly older than you would expect a free agent to be. And technically looks like he could be pretty handy too. Finishing looks very good for a winger. And then curve is okay. Short passing is probably going to be okay, although to be trained. Ball control and dribbling might be okay if they're at the upper end of those. But he has long throw-in and flair traits. And then there's also Eddie Pines, another 5-star weak foot, 1-star skill move. So again, we'd up that to 3. He could play at wing back as well as out wide. To be fair, we could probably play as right mid as well as left mid. Physically doesn't look as impressive as Salinas, but technically looks like he could be just as good, if not perhaps slightly better than Salinas. So waiting on scout reports to come back from him, although he is injury prone, he does have the leadership trait as well. So we'll wait and see what those scout reports come back as. They shouldn't take too long to come back because I have hired a 5-star and a 4-star scout. So I've spent about 6 million on scouts, meaning we have 24 million left. We are playing at Carrow Road now, as I mentioned, and I'll show you all 3 of the kits now too as we sim this first game. So this is what the kits look like. We have the home kit that looks like that on the left. Oh, Julian Ngoy is just a monster of a man, isn't he? I do need to change squad numbers as well. Do let me know in the comment section if there's any squad numbers you'd like me to change. That's the away kit. I really like that. And then the third kit is as you see it there. So we have 3 top quality kits now. I wasn't keen on the away kit last year. I like all 3 of this year's kits. So very much looking forward to seeing what we can do this season with the right additions, of course. Jack Rolls is going to be the main target to come in and play in midfield. And outside of that, I'm open to suggestion. We'll wait and see. As I'm starting to record this video, I don't know if I'm going to do the whole transfer window in this episode or whether I'm going to record just this episode before the end of the transfer window and stop it so that I can get feedback from you guys before I record any further. As of yet, I'm unsure. If we end up spending the majority of our budget on Jack Rolls, then I'll probably go for the free agents, and then we'll wait and see what money we can save for January. But at present, I don't know how much of the season is going to be in this episode, so we're going to play it by ear. Of course, we are a championship team now, and with Abadia back from injury, we can start training him in this regime again too. Adebayejo and Nibs also still in there. Of course, their training was stunted by Abadia's lack of ability to play. Basically, his absence, probably the best way to phrase it. Actually, what I need to do, or what I will do, is change these teams around. I haven't yet done that with this rotation size. Abadia can come in there, Conceição can come out, and Griffiths can go in. Who we got at the back? Fitzwater and Wright. Let's put Harry Darling and Wright in there until, of course, we get Jack Rolls in, and then Fitzwater will go back into this lineup. Wilson at left back, Campos on the right. Can I don't have another winger, do I? Actually, I do. Evans, he can play on the right hand side, and I'll take Campos out of there and put Taylor in. Norval Williams can come out for Conceição. I basically don't want any of these players, my first team players, being used off the bench and then getting tired in this second starting lineup. So we shall see in this Lens game. There's about £3.5 million available from this pre-season tournament if we can win it. It was a 3-star difficulty tournament that had a higher winning pot than some of the 3.5-star tournaments. So I went with the in theory easier tournament that had a higher prize pool. So fingers crossed, we should be able to get ourselves through at least the group stage here. Abadia's picked up a knock. Don't be out for ages now, please. Abadia. It's a 2-2 draw against Lens there. I'm really nervous now. I don't think Abadia is injury prone. 7 days with a pulled hamstring. I don't think he's got the injury prone trait, so he should be okay. A loan offer for Leon Davis. I'm not looking to move anyone else on at this stage. I'm going to need the size of squad this season to ensure that we can be as successful as possible. So hopefully everything goes according to plan for us in this third game, and we can beat Elche and get ourselves second place in the group behind them. But it may even be above them. Mia gives them a 1-0 lead. They then miss a penalty to make it 2. We might be going out in the group stage here, which would be frustrating, but it's what we've become accustomed to in the pre-season tournaments. An equaliser would be great, but doesn't look like it's going to come. It's going to be a 1-0 defeat to Elche, and we're probably out of the pre-season tournament. In fact, I'm almost certain we are. Indeed, we are. So prize money from that is 720 grand. Not amazing, but never mind. We shall crack on without a massive financial boost to our coffers. Now, most of those scout reports should be back. Jack Rolls was going to take 15 days. The free agents were going to take 6. So reports on the free agents should be back by now, and I should be able to see, because basically we don't need to know exactly what Jack Rolls' stats are. I just need to know how much he's going to cost me, and not all of my transfer budget, which is good news. Frustratingly, these guys have now all been signed by other clubs. I didn't think they'd get snapped up that quickly. I wanted to scout them so I could see their stats properly before making a decision. That's a pain in the arse. I didn't think they'd get snapped up immediately. That's really annoying. So I am going to... Could I... No, they're not really going to be good enough to warrant loaning, are they? So I'm going to try and buy Jack Rolls here then. And we'll try and get him in. And then we'll have some money left to... Oh, I still need to change my manager's outfit. We'll have some money left to buy or loan wingers. And I might lean towards loaning again. Would you accept I'm going to lowball them because I don't expect that he's going to be anywhere near their starting squad. And indeed, they are willing to negotiate underneath his market value. So, Jack, we hopefully will be getting you back for a decent fee, which would leave us a decent amount of money left to do something else with in this window. I'll offer 9.5. We'll meet them. In fact, let me meet them exactly halfway between the last two bids. Thank you, Jose. Right, Jack, what you want a week? 40 grand. Please don't ask for 40 grand here, Jack. Please take a wage cut. What's a crucial squad role. I'll counter with important just to try and keep morale as good as possible. Mainly because it's not bugged, but it's just poorly coded. If someone has a crucial squad role, they want to play 80 minutes in every single game, which obviously isn't possible in a full 50 game season. 50 plus game season, in fact. No release clause is fine by me. Now, please give me an idea of what you want wage-wise. They're not going to do that. I'd like to think, coming down from a Premier League club, that it'd be open to a wage cut of some description. And indeed, he is. £28,000 a week, he's in. Thankfully, none of these guys were absolute world beaters. So, it's not too much of a disappointment to have lost them, or lost the opportunity to sign them, but still frustrating. I didn't realise that they'd get snapped up immediately. I hadn't even looked at what the board wanted from me this season yet, but we've obviously already achieved one thing. So, youth-wise, they want me to sign at least 3 players younger than 20, with a potential greater than the average rating of those players in that position currently in the side, and sign 1 youth academy player to a midfield position. Youth development is set as a medium expectation. Brand exposure we've done already. Now, sign 1 crucial first team player to a midfield or forward position. That's Jack. He's in again. Financially, finish the season with a profit margin of 18 million. That's going to be difficult, but it's of low importance. Domestically, they want a mid-table finish from us. So they believe that we can avoid relegation this season. So that gives me confidence that we should be able to avoid relegation this season. But we'll wait and see how things go. Now, I'm give Conceição a chance. We'll give Conceição a chance to hold down that starting spot. Jack Rolls will come in. He's 70 rated now. Physically looks decent. Technically, he's not really got the tackling stats that we'd need of him really in that role. But he can play at centre mid, and that's what that role is. He just won't be as good as Don Brown. Now, what I might consider doing is taking Conceição out of the starting lineup, putting Rolls at cam, and bringing Maris in at the centre mid role. But I'll give Conceição an opportunity to continue to be effective in that cam role. Now, what we find ourselves in a position with now is that we have... Oh, I removed Callum Burton from the transfer list. I didn't want to do that. Actually, what I do want to do, though, is remove Griffiths from the loan list. I'm pressing Y. It's not letting me remove him. I'll have to do it manually via the squad hub. Right. So, we're in a position where I would like a winger. So, we have Ethan Clark, and outside of that, we're having to rely on Evans, who's 62 rated. So, I would like a winger, probably first team, to come in ahead of Robinson on the left-hand side. So that then Clark and Robinson would be my starting wingers in the rotation side. So what I'm going to do is... I'll have a look and see... I'm going to go and have a look and see who's currently on the transfer list, actually, in a number of the top leagues and on the loan list. And then I'll come back to you and see if there's anybody there that is worthy of having a look at. If not, I might end the episode slightly early and wait and see what your feedback is. I'm going to go and have a look through here, and then I'll come back to you. So I've been and looked through the loan lists and the transfer lists for the majority of the leagues that would have players that would be worthy of signing. And I have a number of options here. Some in midfield, some in attack, as in central or out wide wingers. So there's Dragos Nedelcu, centre mid or centre back at Cardiff. He's currently loan listed, I believe. So some are loan, some are transfer listed. There's Xande Silva, who's currently loan listed at West Ham. We have a scout report on him from a previous window. He's rated at 70 and looks like he could be pretty decent. I don't want to go too far out the realms of possibility at the minute. We have to bear in mind that we have just recently been promoted from League One into the Championship. We aren't an established Championship side yet. I don't want to go too far out the realms of possibility and go too FIFA and just sign people that are way too good for the level that we're at in our progress towards being a Premier League side. So I'm not just going to sign anyone and everyone. We have Fuseni Diabate. I'm waiting on a scout report back from him. I'm not sure whether he's going to be any good to come down on loan from Leicester. Jordan Ibe is on the short list, but that might be one that's kind of a step above where we're currently at. Jose Lara is a youngster. He's 5'4", which is a slight issue. I'm waiting for a scout report back on him. He can play on either side of midfield. He's a player that, yes, he's at a big club in Villarreal, but in real life he's at Sevilla and hasn't played for them. He's played once in 3 years, basically. So he's a player that would probably be willing to come on loan to a club like us. There's Amadou Sis from Stoke. Obviously, we've already got ourselves one Stoke player permanently in Ngoy. Arvin Appiah is a player that I'm scouting currently. He could be available on loan or to buy. He has a release clause of 1.5 million. So if he looks really good, then, I mean, to bring him back to England, that would be an option. There's Maxwell Timite, regen at Marseille, who's only 18. His technicals don't look too good, but I'm waiting to see. Abdoulaye Dabo, who originally is in the French leagues, I believe, has now gone to Dortmund in this save, but could be available as a loanee, although it's probably better suited to centre mid, despite the fact that he's listed as a left mid and I scouted him as a left mid, or with the intention of signing him as a left mid. There's Frank Avina, who's at Bayern currently, but I don't know whether he's slightly out of the realms of possibility for us. Shea Ojo is on loan, or available, sorry, for loan at Liverpool. Now, there were mentions in the comments section of us maybe trying to set up some sort of affiliate partnership with Liverpool. Obviously, in Football Manager and in real life, clubs tend to have senior affiliates and then they can send loanees to a lower ranked club for free for the lower ranked club, and obviously it gives the first team player the loan experience that they need. Now, Shea Ojo has in recent years gone on loan to Wigan, Wolves, Fulham, all at Championship level at the time, Reims in France and Rangers in the SPL, and isn't necessarily getting a lot of football at any of them. So I think Shea Ojo could be a genuine option for us with a loanee, and would still follow on that kind of storyline. If we sold Don Brown to Liverpool, maybe we could get someone back from them. Patrick Roberts is currently available on loan from Manchester City as well. He too has been out on loan a number of times in real life to kind of Championship or similar level size. Let me just have a quick look at his history. I believe it was a Spanish side. Was it Girona? Yeah, Sporting Girona. So he's been at Celtic, Girona, Norwich in the Premier League, but only played 3 games. And Middlesbrough is where he's at on loan at the minute in the Championship, has only played 1 game all season. So I think Patrick Roberts could be an option for us on loan. He had 3 years on loan at Celtic and did well there between 2015 and 2018. But Patrick Roberts could be a genuine option for us. There's Jarno Vesterman, who's currently at Pex Voller, which is where Jack Rolls was out on loan last year, so I'm waiting for a scout report on him. That's Alessio de Cruz as well as a left winger. I'm waiting to see what he looks like. And that's everybody I have on my shortlist currently. So the majority of them will be available to have their scout reports back sooner rather than later. Wow, we've Watford. What a welcome to the Championship. Watford away as the first game of the season. I will certainly go as far as that game. A loan off for James Wilding, which I will reject. We'll wait and see what those scout reports look like, and I may just act on what I've currently got here from what's available in the save at this stage, rather than waiting for potential options in the comment section. We can always go again in January with regards your potential options, but it might be more along the realms of reality to sign someone that's transfer listed or loan listed already in this save. That would be what I would do ordinarily in a Football Manager save, is look on the transfer list and the loan list. So that's theoretically what we should try and do in this save, as we're going for a more realistic side of things, or at least we're trying to anyway. A loan off for Cano. Interest has been shown in a couple of players that run our short list. That being, Jano Westerman has had an offer from Sporting Lisbon for his services, and West Ham have been approached by Hearts with a loan deal for Xande Silva, who was one of the players that I feel like we could genuinely have a decent interest in, and it'd be quite realistic because he's 70 rated, being improving on what we've got, but he's not so good that he's going to be obviously too good for us. So we could go for Tavernier again, but we've used him last season and he wasn't spectacular, so I'm quite happy to look elsewhere at this stage. Let me go and see what those scout reports look like. I want to have a look through, because they should all be back now. Indeed, most of them are, all but Appiah. So, Timote's 64 rated, that's going to be a no. De Cruz, 68 rated. Good long shots, good shot power, good curve. It's probably an option. We could look to loan him or buy him, perhaps. Jano Westerman, quick, not as good technically as De Cruz. I'm going to say no to him. Shea Ojo's only 70 rated, so that would be actually a pretty realistic one, I think. As with Xande Silva. Dabo 71 rated, but I don't know about the guys from the big clubs outside of England. Obviously, a big club in England I see as being more realistic for a championship side than a big club out of England. You don't tend to see too many clubs in the championship loaning players from big clubs in the Bundesliga and La Liga, etc. So I'm probably going to say no to Dabo, Evina and Jose Lara as well, to face 5'4", and I don't think he'd cut it in the English leagues anyway. Cease at Stoke, not spectacular, better technically than some of the other options, but I'll say no for now. I think Shea Ojo actually is going to be my go-to here. Jordan Ibe I think is going to be just, that's too much out of the realms of possibility. Patrick Roberts is 76 rated. It's probably too good for us at this stage. Maybe in a second season in the Championship or first season in the Premier League, we could look to sign someone like Patrick Roberts. And similarly, Dragos Nedelcu, I think, is probably going to be just a little bit too good for us. Maybe I could loan him in. I could try and loan him. He's only on £4,500 a week. Be brilliant on loan from a fellow Championship team. Maybe. I want to see what Arvin Appiah is. Oh, he's rapid. Not that good technically. How expensive is he? 17 mil. Well, I wouldn't cheat the system and use that 1.5 million release clause. That would be cheating. But I think I'm going to look to loan Shea Ojo along the lines of, we sold Brown to Liverpool, so let's create some sort of partnership with players going both ways. And then I might look to loan the Romanian from Cardiff as well. Let's see. Agree the length of the loan. A year, please. They're happy to let Shea Ojo go on loan for a year. That's good. Wage-wise, he's on £45,000 a week, so to try and minimise the split, 60-40, that's not the worst, but if we can get it under 50, that would be great. Brilliant. Hopefully Shea Ojo agrees to come to us, because that could be a brilliant loan signing for us. I'm leaning more towards loans, because it gives the players that we've already got the chance to grow and then have a chance of being in the first team. If I buy players that are already better than them, then they're never going to get a look in. So I'm leaning towards loaning players to give up. Player's contract to the club is too short. He must only have 12 months left on his contract then. I'm not going to loan him. We were going to look to try and loan Don Brown. Oh, hallelujah. We could loan Don Brown back. I didn't think they'd let him come. Oh, please, Dom. Please. That would be incredibly exciting. He's on a lot of money a week as well, so we'll try and negotiate this as best we can. In before we agree a deal with Liverpool for Don Brown and he rejects us. He rejects the opportunity to come back. That would be absolutely devastating. If we can get Don Brown and Shea Ojo in, and maybe Appiah as well, I'd be happy to leave that as business done for this first window, and then I'd finish the entire month of August today as well. Or loan offer cannot. I'm waiting with bated breath now to see what happens with those two loan deals. Hopefully they both agree to come to us. Oh God, I don't know why I'm setting myself up for Don Brown loaned in. Yes, lads, we pulled it off. That's fantastic. Oh, this young right back I was looking at as well. He could be trained up. free agent. Dennis Pereira Roque. I hadn't shortlisted him for some reason. I must have forgotten to. He could be a good free agent signing. Right back, we currently have Noyle. I've willed in as he's just purely a squad player right now. Leon Davis is going to continue to grow, but I don't know if he's going to be good enough long term. Evans isn't really... He's not a right back. I could utilise him at right... I could play him at right back. His tackling is boosted by his morale, but... Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether a youngster with those physicals could really be turned down with regards to potential. What is his tackling? He's kind of similar to what we've already got in the young right back that can play out wide as well, isn't he? But he looks like he is just as good physically as him. Injury prone, outside the foot trait, team player. Oh, I'll wait. And I'll wait for your feet. 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot though. No, I'm gonna get him. I waited on the others to get a scout report back on them, and they signed for someone else. So I'm gonna get this guy, even if it means we have to lose someone else along the way. He does look like he. Well, it depends how he grows. We'll sign him. We'll see how he grows for a year, and then we'll make a decision long term from there. But I think he's with a 4-star skills and 5-star weak foot. He's too good to really pass up on at this stage. 18 years of age and 62 rated. Oh, there's me saying earlier, I don't think I need to sign any more defenders. And then, to be fair, he's not... Oh, I don't know. I can't turn him down, I feel. $4 done. He's in. Right, okay. Now we're just waiting to see if Shea Ojo will join us on loan. If he does, great. If not, I will definitely go for Appiah, I think, purely just for the pace. Come on, Shea, accept that loan. But if Don Brown is going to come back to us, then Shea Ojo should too. Shea Ojo's loaned in! Fantastic! There's bigger games ahead, James. Oh, lads. What a window. What a window. Right. Shea Ojo into the starting lineup. Don Brown. Sorry, Conceição. Jack Rolls is going to start ahead of you. Conceição can come onto the bench. Oh, yes! So happy. So happy with how this window has gone. Roque Pereira is in as well. Pereira Roque. I'm going to start training Pereira Roque. And I'll probably put Evans in there as well. Definitely going to start training Pereira Roque. Oh, yeah! That's brilliant. That's absolutely superb for us. I'm actually... Oh, no, for rating, I'm going to leave James Wilden in. But let's take no, not Fitzwater. Let's take Burton out of there. And we'll put Roque in. Oh, I'm so pleased with how this window's gone. You can't underestimate how drastic a change that is going to make to our starting lineup. Brown in. Ojo in. Oh, Rolls in. And the youngster as well. I'm going to save what money I've got left until January. I'm happy with the state of the squad at this stage. We might... Oh, Appiah. Wow, he's so quick though. I'm going to wait. We might sign him in January. I'm going to go and play Watford here now and start the month of August. Consistency is key to avoid relegation this season. Jack Rolls will be great for the team. I'm so pleased we've been able to bring Jack back to the club. He's back. We're building a winning team. We're good all over the pitch, is what I say. We've strengthened everywhere. Up top, out wide, in the middle. And in defence, I feel like we're already strong enough. It's going to be a busy month of August, but we'll play Watford. We'll sim Exeter in the Cup. Probably sim that home game. We'll play Derby and we'll play QPR away. And then we'll sim the rest. Our first game at Championship level is going to be away from home against a recently relegated Premier League side. I hope it's not going to do the whole, oh, big teams don't play well against small teams. Hopefully Watford give us a thrash. Well, not hopefully Watford give us a thrashing. Hopefully Watford give us a good, solid game and it's not a walkover for us. I'll be delighted with a win. But if we do win, hopefully it's a difficult win and one we have to work for. It's not going to be a simple like 3-0 walkover of a larger team. Oh, God, I'm buzzing right now. Let's go and play Watford. Watford's 11. Pontus Dahlberg in goal. Mario Gaspar at right back. He's a very solid player. Craig Dawson, Cabasele at centre back. Eric Dyer in their midfield. Dale Afeu on the left. That's a strong team. You can see perhaps why they got relegated though. That doesn't look like a strong Premier League team, but it does look like a side that probably battle relegation in the Prem. God, Campos looks tiny. I don't know why. Has he shrunk? I don't remember Campos being that small. It's a side that you would say would boss this level. And they've started with a shot there that was blocked by Cano, and they'll take the corner short. Barrera to Dale Afeu. Turns well. Turns really well. Lifted towards the back post. Away by the goalkeeper. Can I get to that first? I can't, but we can get it away. Dom Brown getting tugged by Dawson. Give that in there. Oh, look, if I had a BA on, I've given the ball away. Well, Watford defending well. Watford attacking well. But no goal yet. Oh, Shea Ojo. How's that for work rate and defensive effort from a winger on his debut? That's superb. Eric Dyer back to Pizarro. Back to Eric. I'm so happy that we've been able to loan Dom Brown back. That's massive. That for the save, not just because Dom Brown's decent, but for the storyline of the save, and to be able to get Dom Brown back on loan is huge. I'm sure you guys will be thrilled at that. And Jack Rolls could get an assist on his first game back. And Biejo misses the target. Oh, first chance of the game is wasted. Yalan into Pizarro. Could drive down the line. It's turned back well. So Collins been drawn out of position, looking for the runner. Livaya through the middle, who's gotten to it, and Norris turns that around the post. Pace from Livaya. Cano had the head start there, but the striker basically just ran all the way around the outside of him. Got to the ball first. Yalan, nice tackle by Campos. And a counter maybe. Oh, can't win the tackle there with Rolls. Ojo's back here. Oh, I nearly took his feet there. Here's Eric Dyer for Watford. In there to Doucouré. Done really well, but Cano does better. And then Doucouré does better still. Oh, where's that going? I think it came off a Watford man. It didn't. Away for a corner for Watford. Pace did just enough there. They won't take that short. Barrera will whip it into the middle and does so. Dyer wins the first header. Oh! And I think it's Livaya wins the second. Watford 1, Cambridge United 0. The clearance went up, not away. And then Lewis Pace couldn't win. In fact, I don't even think it was a clearance. They won the first header, didn't they? I want to have a look at that replay again. I think they won the first header. And then Lewis Page is underneath it, but can't get to it. Watford are 1-0 up. Was it Livaya? It was. Marco Livaya. Watford 1, Cambridge 0. It's been coming. They've played very well. This is the sort of test I expected. But the fact that we're able to get through with Adebayo earlier on in the half gives me hope that we might be able to get ourselves a point from this game. Rolls into Adebayo again. Nice turn. I've got support. Adebayo to Jack Rolls. Don Brown is with me. Rolls shows good strength. And Goy is in. Oh, that was awful. Driving down the line. I'm trying to keep up with him here with Shea Ojo, but easier said than done. He's turned well. He's... Oh! Wow! That might just be the best goal scored against us so far in this career mode. Livaya with a near post overhead kick to give Watford a 2-goal lead. What a strike that was, Martin Tyler. Oh my God. Welcome to the Championship. Oh my God. Pereira. He's still going. I can't stop in time. He's so quick, but he's so good at holding. Oh, play as well. Norris with the save. They're going to get the free kick, are they? Yeah, they are. I mean, surely having the shot that went out for a corner is advantage enough. If they score from this... Jeez! What free kick that was! Talk about rifling it. Oh my God. Hopefully, Watford are the sort of team that are going to, you know, be at the top of the table. And this sort of performance isn't something we come up against every single week. Because Christ, we're going to be in for it in the Championship if it is. We're trying our hardest, but we've only had a couple of chances. And Watford are just so good. Jesus wept. I switched this actually, and I'm going to get it out to Shea Ojo. Might need to call for substitutes sooner rather than later. I think what I'm going to do is, whilst I am going to save my money for January, I'm not going to go all the way to the end of August in this episode. I'm going to split August into two and try and play as many games as not as many games as possible, because I could play every single game, but you know what I mean. Like, if there's more than 2 simulated games in a month, then I'll split the month and play all of the games in the month, I think, is the way we'll do that from now on. It will mean that the seasons will be longer, but, oh, great save! But we'll get a more adequate, or accurate, representation. It was offside anyway. More accurate representation of where we stand as a team by doing so. Or at least where I stand with the team. I think that's how I'm going to do it. At least that's how I'll do it here now. And if you would like me to go back to simming more games in a month and having a shorter season, then let me know in the comment section. But that's how I'm going to do it today. I'm going to play this game. We'll play the next game in the league. We'll sim the Carabao Cup against Exeter. And then play the next game in the league. And after that, nearly, or still potentially could have a chance. After that, we'll end the episode and then end August in tomorrow's video. But I will record that episode on the back of this before you've seen this one. So just so you're aware, I won't be taking on board any transfer feedback for this window. But anything you do leave in the comment section will be taken on board for January. So do still leave your transfer suggestions. Go on, Julian. Get through there. Have the shot. It's well blocked. Can Adebayo get to that? He can't. And Goy will drop to the loose ball. And Jack Rolls can't, unfortunately, keep hold of it. 15 minutes to go. I want to make some changes. Oh, how nice it is to have 2 players in the middle, particularly at Cam, and not have to worry about stamina. I'm going to bring Abadia on. We're going to move Ngoy out wide. And Abadia can come on up top. And I think that's going to be the only change I make for now. 2-0 down with 15 minutes to go. Maybe there's still the chance. Walker over the top. Oh, flicked on by Yarlan. Page forward to Cano. Nicely done. Brown to Shea Ojo. Back to Don Brown. We'll switch to Noyle. I do have the option down the line, but I also have options in the middle. Jack Rolls. Adebayo. Jack's gone again. From the edge of the box. Oh, still maybe. Rolls. Looking for Adebayo. Loose pass. Oh, thought that was the moment Jack was going to get his first goal back at the club. Wasn't to be, unfortunately, well blocked. We haven't quite had enough to deal with Watford in this game, but it's what we expected going in, and almost, for the sake of the realism of the save, as you saw from the way I phrased it on the way in, it's kind of what we hoped would happen. Doesn't mean that I haven't tried my absolute hardest to get something from this game, but I'm almost pleased that it has been as difficult as it has been, because that means we're going to get a proper test in the Championship and we're not just going to walk another promotion. So for the sake of the series, that's good news. But it's only 2-0 against Watford. If they go on to lose by 2 goals to 0 to a side that's as strong as it is, that's just come down from the Premier League, and have 4 chances and could maybe have, especially if Adebayo had finished that one in the first half, had at least a goal, if not the chance of 2, then there's definitely positives there for the rest of the season. So just enchanting performance from Jack Rolls. Let's keep it realistic. I think he did really well. We did well as everybody else. Reap what you sow. This should motivate George, is what we'll say. It should motivate George. He'll get plenty of opportunities throughout the course of the season. We'll bounce back from this as well. And hopefully we can bounce back from it immediately. I'm not sure who the next opponent was. Was it QPR? No, that was at the end of the month, wasn't it? It's Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday next. We'll play that. We'll sim Exeter, and then we'll play Blackburn. And then tomorrow we'll play Derby, QPR and Reading and end the transfer window. Right. Moving on then. Council wanted to let me know who... You're not going to get as much first team football now, Alex. But, I mean, it's kind of your fault for having shit stamina, pal. Never mind. Moving forward. Oh, I need to add another training regime for the young right back. Have I I'm not sure if actually Evans is in a training regime of his own at the minute. I don't think he's got one of his own. I think he's involved in another one. Nice to see Luton Town and Peterborough also in the relegation zone with us. Two sides that I certainly have a big distaste for. Being a Cambridge United fan, it's just annoying that at the minute we join them in the relegation zone. Hopefully we can get something against Sheffield Wednesday in this next game, although they too are a side that are going to be there or thereabouts with regards to promotion, you would imagine. It's going to be in fact, most teams that we play in this first month are going to be sides that you would imagine are going to be playoff hunting. Derby, Reading, QPR and Blackburn, also really good outfits. We'll see what we can do in the second game though. We've Sheffield Wednesday coming up next with the same 11 that played the last game. Campos is up to 71 rated already. He's flying. Is he up 2 already? I need to check this. Page is up 1 already, as is Wilson. Wilden up 1. Roque up 1 as well. That's great news. I've not even trained him yet. Evans up 1 as well. Okay. Don Brown up 1. Griffiths up 1. Conceição's up 1. But his stamina's still shit. And yeah, Campos is up 2 already at the beginning of this fourth season. Clark up 1. Sheyojo's up 1. Adebiejo's up 1. Oh, we might not be good enough at the beginning of this season to really challenge above mid-table, but perhaps by the end of the season we might have grown to the point where we're pretty competitive. Let's see what we can do against Wednesday. Our first game at home in the new stadium of Carrow Road, where we're on loan for a year. Wednesday's 11. Cameron Dawson in goal. Kadeem Harris up top. Morgan Fox. Dominic Iorfa in defence as well. Moses Odebajo is a decent right back as well. Kieran Westwood only on the bench for them. They've gone with Dawson in between the sticks for this one. I mean, every side that we play against this season, in the majority, will be better than we are on paper. This is our first game, of course, at our new ground. Our first game in our new home kit. And maybe I'll play the third game in our new alternate kit as well. So we can play a game in every kit in this episode. We could start. Don Brown's having a hell of a... Oh! Goal for Cambridge United in the Championship! Let history note the first goal at this level for Cambridge United for nearly 25 years was scored by Victor Adebiejo. The first goal in our lone stadium was scored by Victor Adebiejo. Cambridge United lead against Sheffield Wednesday by a 1-0 inside 5 minutes at Carrow Road. Oh, nice tackle by Don Brown. And Goy to Rolls. Goy again. Forward looking for Adebiejo. Taking in his stride well. Good footwork, but not quite strong enough to hold off Luongo. Kirby. Sede Kirby again. Here's Corellis. Oh, it's a nice ball out to the wide player. Inside to Corellis again. A Missy Wall. Initially I thought it was going well wide, but there was a decent amount of movement in that. It dipped a bit and swerved a bit, but still went into the stand. Across to Brown. And forward to Adebiejo. And Goy. Get away here. Julian Ngoy scores the second goal of Cambridge's Championship campaign. That was fortunate, and I can't deny that. But I will most certainly take it. We'll need to change some of these squad numbers. I'll wait for your feedback before I do that. Let me know in the comment section which players you want changed to what number. For now, I'll just leave it. Julian Ngoy gets his first goal of the campaign. Our strike partnership have a goal apiece. Missy out wide to Harris. Back there to Fox. Lovely ball. Back to Harris. Campos coming across and filling in. Oh, they've pulled him back immediately. That's really well worked. Really well worked. Initially, I thought the cross was just awful. But I don't imagine he picked out the man at the back post quite that well. But still, the man at the back post has recycled possession very well indeed. Nodded it back in field. And as a first-time volleyed finish, you're not going to find many better. That was really well tucked away by Corellis. And we have ourselves a 2-1 scoreline. Sheffield Wednesday might not be as far out of this as initially we thought they might be when we went 2-0 up. Peterborough drawing 1-1 against Swansea, although it's Swansea that scored there, so Batter the bastards, please. Inside to Brown. Around the corner to Rolls. Get on his left. Just trying to stay away from the men that were around me there. Into Campos. Lay this into Rolls. Nicely to Adebayo. Away from the defender. Oh, but on his left foot. He's not quite been accurate enough. The manager's calling for a penalty. I think he was just out-muscled there. I don't think there's a foul in there. Just stumbled and fell over. That could have been 3-1. Rolls out wide to Page. Looking for Shea Ojo down the line. It's a wonderful ball. Shea Ojo in the box. I need to find the right pass. And that wasn't it, unfortunately. Campos complaining at Shea Ojo there. I'm not really too sure why. We'll deliver this corner, Campos. And Don Brown could be underneath it. He is. And McDonald hacks away for another corner. Can we try again? Collins could be underneath this. Dawson, the keeper here. Shea Ojo will bring this down. Shoots early. But it's blocked well. Am I going to get to this first? We are. Or nod it down the line. Campos inside to Shea Ojo. Jack Rolls through the gap. And Goy looking to get it out of his feet and around the corner. But Borner has had him in his pocket all game. Eden Hazard has gone to Paris Saint-Germain, I believe, according to that piece of graphic there. And I think there was a brief sight or something saying Neymar had moved earlier on in this game or the Watford game too. I can't quite recall. We'll have a look when we get back from this game or before we end the episode and see what the biggest transfer dealings are to this point in the save. Although, of course, there'll be the remainder of August to come tomorrow. Adebayo looking for Shea Ojo here. Can we be better on this occasion? He's going to get to it. And I've got plenty of men inside that I could find here. And I'll drop the shoulder. And Adebayo has his shot blocked. They've defended so well, Sheffield Wednesday, since going 2-0 down. Again, I'm going to make some changes. Let's take Rolls off and bring Conceição on. Let's bring Abadir on for Ojo. And I'm actually going to try and use Abadir out wide. And outside of that, I'm not going to... Actually, no, I'm going to bring Maris on instead of Conceição. See what we can do in the final 20 minutes to at least hold on to the lead we've got. If not, build on it. Luongo lifted nicely out to Kadeem Harris. Oh, that was a bit outrageous and unnecessary, but it worked. Not going to get past Kyle Noyle that easily, though. Get rid of that. Took a deflection off Kadeem Harris. Oh, it's brilliant footwork. Corrales. The clearance blocked at close range, or deflected at close range. And Wednesday have their equaliser. Tried to get rid of it. Great footwork from Kadeem Harris. Again, that time entirely necessary. And it's 2-2. I was hoping we were going to get a win in our first game at our new home. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case, although there is still time to pull something out the bag. Adebayo, oh, couldn't get away from the man. Adebayo looking for the runner Campos, who's looking to get in behind. He's not strong enough to hold off Dominic Iorfa. To be fair, not many are. Certainly when they're as small and lightweight as Campos. Looks like, unless they score on this counter, that it is going to be a 2-2 draw here against Sheffield Wednesday. It will be our first points in the Championship, but not 3. It's a singular point, unfortunately, but we'll take it. Brilliant start. We just couldn't hold on to it. Something to learn from at this level. Barnsley win against Derby. That's a massive result for them, having just come up from winning the league below. Leeds lose 3-0. We're certainly above Leeds United then. Nothing to split the two sides. I'll say we should have won, because when you have a 2-0 lead at any level, you should really hold on to it. But I'll say we aim to win each match. Corrales was brilliant for them, but we'll concentrate on what we can do better defensively and try and be better defensively next time around. Right, Exeter in the Carabao Cup. And then, which one was it that I just did? Was it that one? It was. So the next one to do is the passing one. And then I'll do it between episodes. I keep forgetting to add the young Brazilian right back into a training regime. Maybe he doesn't need one. Maybe he's just going to grow of his own accord. Although, with the lack of first team football he's probably going to get, he might need some extra training. Greg Taylor wanted to play in this game. Sorry, mate, that's not going to happen. They're playing a forward in right wing back here. Williams. We should win this. Even with that rotated 11, we should be good enough here to get a win. Nibs equalises 60 seconds after they went 1-0 up. And, of course, no extra time now in the Carabao Cup. So it will go straight to penalties, although it might not need to, as Clark gives us a 2-1 lead. They then miss a penalty, and with 10 minutes to go, we're still in front. And that's how it'll end. Through to the next round of the Carabao Cup we go. So a defeat, a draw, and a win so far today. There'll be a next time, Greg. Although probably not. Let's wait and see what we can do against Blackburn then. Sorry, Blackburn fans. Let's see what we can do against Blackburn. They've got a point so far this season. You can see from the league table here. We're 19th and outside the relegation zone. They're 16th and still on a point as well. If we can win this one, it's away from home though at Ewood Park, then we'd say that would be a great first episode to the Championship. Let's see what we can do. Starting lineup as decent. Every team we've played so far and every team we will play in this first month, they're all solid Championship sides, aren't they? All well-established Championship sides that either have recent Premier League history or do have relatively recent history in the Premier League, or at least challenging towards the top end of the Championship. Obviously, Blackburn have been down to League One in recent times as well, as have Sheffield Wednesday for that matter, but they are established Championship sides in their current state. So it's not only was it a difficult start to the season with regards to the opening game against Watford, it's going to be a difficult start to the season with regards to the whole month of August, but we'll give as good as we get, and hopefully we can keep ourselves out the relegation zone to start the season off. Corner for Blackburn in the 9th minute. Chapman is going to take it short to Buckley here, who delivers it well. Oh my God, how has he kept that out? The reactions from Will Norris are outrageous there. Pinballed about, and that was David Seaman against Sheffield United in the Cup for Arsenal-esque. That was superb from Will Norris. And it's going to go closer to going over the line even when the play continues there. Oh, what a stop. Yes, Will. Rate that very much indeed. Blackburn could have had a 1-0 lead there. They don't, thanks to our goalkeeper. It's going to be onside there, Chapman just. Working it about. Well blocked by Collins. Keeper's going to come for this and punch well. Under the cosh in the opening few minutes here. But standing firm so far. Ryan Nyam. In there to Travis, to Will Buckley. Has the option, could go solo. Massimo offside. Calm, calm, calm. Travis, that was a heavy touch. And Adriejo steps in. Now Ngoy made me a decent run. He hasn't made me a decent run. He ran exactly where the defenders were. Brown into Ngoy, around the corner. Jack rolls! Said it easily there, Derek Ray. Simple save for the keeper. Shea Ojo turns well though. And he might get another chance. Rolls again! Oh, and he's found the bottom corner this time! No wonder he's leaping in the air in celebration. What a strike, Jack! Welcome back to the club, bro! Yes! Oh, the first one was awful, but that was spectacular. As a first-time shot, driven hard and low, bosh. That was brilliant. Actually, Lee Dixon said brilliant too. What a hit. Hard and low into the corner. We lead at Ewood Park. Page played in by Brown. Adebiejo rolls the defender well. Oh, I didn't feel confident of anything there. Brown, Adebiejo again. And Ngoy, just use that strength. Come on, Julian. Oh, he's given a pen. Shirt tug. We might get a 2-0 lead again. We might get a 2-0 lead again. And this time, hopefully we don't throw it away. Scott Wharton, the man that's had the foul given. And yep, there's the shirt tug. Just as Ngoy was trying to pull the trigger. It's Adebiejo that's been given the penalty. Ngoy has better penalty stats. And in fact, the best penalty stats in the side. He misses, or last season, he's missed a lot in simulated games. And he's missed one in a played game as well. Seyojo delivers. Oh my God. Still just a 1-0 lead here against Blackburn. Travis through the gap nicely. Gallagher down the line to Massimo. Don't lose track of the man in the middle, which is exactly what's happened, and Buckley pulls Blackburn level. We miss a penalty at one end, they score on the counter at the other. Great movement by Buckley. Cano initially reads it, but then just can't get to the ball. It's a really awkward attempt at a header there. He's tried to head the ball a foot and a half higher than the ball actually is. Rolls through the gap. Adebiejo and Goy for Victor again. Looking for Julian and Goy. He does have his goal. He might not have done it from the spot, but he will do it from open play. We're back in front. Brilliant finish from Julian and Goy there. That was clinical. Not much time or space. Lays it to Adebiejo. Expert movement. Good touch. Brilliant finish. 2 good quality goals from us in this game so far. Lead restored before half-time. Forward to Rolls. Could be a positive start to the second half, the same way it was to the first. Don Brown doesn't score many. Might set one up here, though. Shea Ojo on his left foot. Good save by the keeper. He is left-footed, Ojo, so it was worth having a crack there trying to go across goal, but it was a top stop by the keeper. Pulled down the line. Massimo struggling for stamina, but not struggling for dribbling ability. That was a brilliant turn. Smallwood trying to close me down, but can't get there. Adebiejo will go to Ngoy first. Oh, go on, Julian. He's in. Now, Wharton gave away a penalty against Julian Ngoy earlier in the game. He's not going to do the same, make the same mistake again. I tried to bury that in the near post. Oh, Bell's touch lets him down that. Tried to bury that in the near post. It's gone too close to the keeper. The ball at your feet. In there to Abadia. Lovely turn. Shot straight at the feet of the defender in front of him. Close to 3, or at least close to a clear-cut opportunity for 3, but not yet. Rothwell trying to close the gap between us and our opposition again. We gave away a 2-0 lead against Watford. Not Watford, against... who did we play in the last game? Come on, brain. Against our last opposition, I'm actually blanking. Lovely ball through, flicked on, and Norris around the post. Who did we play in that second game? My brain has just completely died. I actually can't remember. I really am getting old, aren't I? Wednesday! With Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, Jesus Christ. It just came to me like a... oh, like the need to pee in the night. Strike! Will Norris with a good save. Blackburn looking to get themselves an equaliser, just as Sheffield Wednesday did. Gave away a 2-0 lead in the last game. We gave away a 1-0 lead in this one, but we've gotten it back to 2-1 and we are still in front. But how long will that lead last? Hopefully for at least another 13 or so minutes, including stoppage, and we'll get our first win of the championship season. Don Brown gets a tackle in, but it still isn't free. And Buckley scores his second goal of the game. And we've lost that 2-1 lead. We won the ball off them there with Brown. And then it just seemed to just trickle free and nobody could get to it. Buckley lets fly, and that is a hell of a finish. Blackburn back level at 2-2 with 10 minutes to go. Oh, God, that's annoying. We might be in, as we felt like we were going to be in Season 2, until the second half of the season came to life. We might be in for a very difficult season here. It's going to drop free to Don Brown. Oh, well blocked. And Goy can't bring it down and get it away from the defender at the same time. Page in there to Brown. It was Rolls to Abadia. Use that pace. Go on, Abadia. And across. No, that was meant to go to Clark. Oh, misplaced pass has cost me the chance. Ah, shit. It's going to be a 2-2 draw against Blackburn then. Oh, man, we had the opportunity there to get a third. And we've not been able to take it. We still could. Don Brown does well. Finds Abadia. He does find Clark this time. Space on the right-hand side for Campos, who's going to try and get there and can't beat Bell to it. Is that a corner or a throw? It's a throw. It has to come now. Campos brings that down. Delivery is deflected. Don Brown should win this header. Has done. Jack Rolls, oh, can't get the ball away from the Blackburn man. And it's back-to-back 2-2 draws in the league for us. But we could have had 6 points from those two games. Oh, we deserved more from that, I feel, but alas, it wasn't to be. Leeds lose again. What's happening with them in the Championship this season? A second point, though, and only only one defeat in our first 3 games. We should have won, though, on this occasion. We definitely should have won. Blackburn. I thought we might lose today. It's a bit harsh, the draw. We should have won, but fair play to them for working hard and getting a second equaliser, I guess. If there was any game we should have won of the 2, it should have been the one against Wednesday. We had a 2-0 lead there. We're outside the relegation zone, though, so can't complain too much. I'm going to call it there, and I'm going to go and sort those training regimes out and add that extra one in, where we will end the episode today in 20th place. Peter is still in the relegation zone. We'll be playing them sooner rather than later. No win for us yet, but 4 goals in 3 games. We can score goals at this level. 6 goals conceded in 3 games. We can concede them at this level too. 2 in every game so far. That needs to improve, but I'm relatively happy with the opening episode. On the field, off the field, delighted. Great transfer window. On the field, can do better, but provided we can firm up defensively, between now and the end of the season, will do better. But tomorrow's episode with Derby, QPR and Reading is going to be pretty damn difficult. And we've got a cup game against Rotherham, who we beat to get to this stage, or to this league, in the playoff final. Right, where are we looking? Transfers is what I want to see. Neymar to Real Madrid for 102 million. Hazard to PSG for 84. Swapping around, basically. And Cucurella has gone to Bayern Munich from Barcelona. They're the 3 biggest deals so far. That's where we'll end it for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I think this might have been a premiere. I'm not sure if it is or not yet. I haven't decided. But regardless of whether it's a premiere or not, regardless if it was and whether you're watching it live or not, thank you for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed and you're looking forward to this 4th season here at Championship level. And I'll see you tomorrow for 3 more massive games.